in honor of our moon week, our new moon week and my moon story. I'm doing moon upright and then moon on the ground. And so I'm doing this to show the perspective of how we can find a balance between a more lunar perspective and a more solar perspective within the same posture, and give ourselves both a more invigorating stretch and then a more restorative stretch within the same posture, depending on how we do it. So I'm going to inhale and reach my arms up and overhead, clasp my fingers together, and then exhale and hinge first to the left today. I'm going to press down in through my feet, engage through my inner thighs, and as I exhale, draw my right shoulder blade slightly back and my right hip slightly forward, and create this moon shape, this half moon shape for the pose called Ardha Chandrasana. I'm going to inhale here and exhale and really engage my upper back muscles to stretch my arms a little straighter, and then lift back up as I inhale. Pausing here, I exhale, and then I'm going to go to the opposite side. So again, stretching through my fingers. I'm engaging vigorously, or an engagement, a really good intentional engagement through my inner thighs, up through my lower back, through my abdominal muscles, up through my back muscles to press the arms straighter, and I feel a stretch all the way from the pinky edge of my outer foot to the tips of my fingers. And then I'm going to inhale and rise back up, and exhale, bring my hands to heart center. So half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana, is an expression of lateral flexion for the spine. And so it stretches and contracts and also engages and strengthens the muscles along the sides of my body, along the rib cage, so my obliques, the low belly muscles, my upper back muscles, and then even all the way up through the outer edges of my arms into the triceps. It's also a lengthening, elongating posture, and gives my spine some of the many movements that our spine is intended to move through. Lateral flexion being one that we don't necessarily do quite as often. Now I'm going to do the same posture on the ground. Now this posture is often now called Banana-Asana from a more yin or a more lunar perspective. So when I do this on the ground, I come down onto the mat, and I start off in the middle of the mat. And then I'm going to move my legs over, my right leg to the right, and my left leg over to meet it. And then I'm going to move my torso and my arms over. But my shoulder blades stay on the ground, so I'm not trying to hike up, and my left hip stays on the ground as well. So I only go as far over as I can go and still keep myself balanced here on the ground. Now, I could hook one leg over top of the other. With my left leg over the right, I get a deeper stretch. And with my right leg over my left, it kind of locks the legs in place. Now, if I'm going to stay here, I would stay here for about 2 minutes, maybe even longer, maybe 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And time this pose, and then just stay here with a soft, neutral breath. For now, I'm going to move back to center and come through to the opposite side. I find this pose to be so grounding, and it relieves a lot of stress through my back muscles. So there's some muscles I'll point out here once I rise upward. But for now, I can feel all of the same muscles that I was really engaging in the standing version, actually getting a deep release now, a deep letting go, a big stretch. I'm going to come back to center, and I'm going to end with Banana-Asana, which is the wind-relieving pose, and just give myself a little neutral. This creates more of just a flexion of the spine in a really neutral way. And then I'm going to rock up into a seated position. So if I were going to go through a full practice, I might include both of these postures, one at one point in the practice and one at another. But really, I feel fantastic without having done anything else except for these two postures. The first version was invigorating, opening me, stretching me, cultivating a really more lifted and lengthened spine. And the second version really brought me back down to the earth, grounded me, relaxed and soothed some of my muscles along, those same muscles along my side, but also the muscles that we call the quadratus lumborum, which attach here about mid-back and run down to the back side of my pelvis. So those muscles are doing a lot of work all day for me to kind of hold me upright, and that posture on my back tends to really relax those muscles and relieves them. So I feel more at ease now. I feel centered, grounded, and also invigorated and light. Maybe try these two postures and nothing else if that's all you have time for today, or incorporate them into your practice this week. Thank you, my friends, and namaste.